Now we are recording. So, hello YouTube. I need to set like a little marker here so I know where to go. I feel like I'm a bit too close. I love the inline volume. It's so good. Alright, what was I doing here? I'm not going to buy the striker. Because it's just kind of boring. I don't need to reload that. There we go. Right, so we're doing the mines. All right, that's no problem. So I played some HP2 today. 50 minutes. 50 minutes I spent on that, and I got to the third room twice. It really does test your patience, that mode for Karma. It really does. I did break down the third room a little bit more, and annoyingly enough, it's there really isn't like anything you can do in that third room other than hope you get a good spawn. And it's really frustrating because I've narrowed down like rooms 1, 3 and rooms 1, 2, sorry, and Masakado about as well as you can get them. You know, no matter what, I can get fairly decent scores out of those rooms. I can get, you know, well within my margins on, you know, the like fights 1, 2 and Masakado. But the third room is just a total fucking crapshoot. You know? The third room can be over on your first UT, and you have to restart. And that is just very annoying. So, you know, we'll keep at it, though. We'll keep chipping away. Don't do that. Alright. Hey, what's up, Justin? How you doing, man? I was just ranting a little bit about, HP2. I also like the Wii U's boot up noise. It's good. No, you guys need to all bunch up here. What are you doing? Your arms are not shotgun proof. Neither is your face. There we go. Right. These guys look quite cold. So let's warm them up with terrible puns. Like that. I should be able to reload here. There we go. But yeah, I might try it a bit more later. I fired up some Roller Coaster Tycoon just now. And started the first scenario. I'm going to play that later on, I think. Because I never really played those games to be quote-unquote good at them. They were just super relaxing to play. And out of curiosity, I thought, you know, I bet there's speedruns, you know, for this. And lo and behold, there is. Roller Coaster Tycoon speedrunning is really fascinating. And by fascinating, I mean, you know, it really highlights all the worst parts of human nature. It's pretty funny. You know, if you want to look up, because it's basically just maximum extortion and, you know, abusing your workforce. That's the best, you know, that's how you clear those stages the fastest way you can. And I was looking in all the comments on the speedrun strategies, and people were saying, oh, like, one of the best tricks you can do is whenever you hire people, like handymen or mechanics or anything like that, all you have to do is, like, delete them, basically fire them, you know, the day before you pay them, and then you can just hire new ones, and you never, ever have to pay. Like, you never have to pay staff, essentially. And I thought, man, if, you know, I bet some, you know, some roller coaster, some, like, theme park companies are thinking, oh, if only it was that easy. But I do love those games. They're so relaxing. I really do like playing them. So I might play that later. Shooting that game reminds me of Stunts. I think it was around the same time. I don't remember that, to be honest. I never really... I was pretty late getting into anything PC related because I'm not sure when the Roller Coaster Tycoon games came out. But I ended up getting the first one on PC. I can't remember how. I think it was just, back in the days where he just downloaded shit. And I got Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 on the Xbox, funnily enough, because they ported it over to the Xbox, and it was a pretty decent port, all things considered. If you were comfortable on the P... the controls were a bit weird, but it was a decent port overall. I don't need this Magnum ammo. Actually, yeah, I'm going to get the Killer 7 later, now that I think about it. Why not? But, yeah, I think it's only that one. Because I remember there was a demo on the PS1 of Theme Park World, which was the PS1's kind of answer, I guess. And my brother was always a fan of, the kind of theme sim stuff. Because the game he wanted the most on PS1 was Theme Hospital. And to me, that always seemed kind of lame. And it wasn't very good either. And we got Theme Park World. We tried it in the demo. Fucking terrible. Really, really not good. And then we got Roller Coaster Tycoon on PC and were just blown away. It was like, this is so much better. I still would need to find how you just get the, the giant arena and unlimited money, though. Because that's all I want to play on it. I just want to build roller coasters. Do you ever mess around with the Xbox emulator Xenia? It seems like they just had a big update. No, I haven't. It's on my list for sure, though, because I would like to try out NG2, because that is the way to get to NG mods. And I think moving forward, I think that might be what I spend my time doing with NG, is just looking into mod stuff, because there really isn't a whole lot left that I feel like doing in the main games, without redoing something I've already done, which, as anyone knows, I'm not the biggest fan of. You bitch. Hey, what's up, Sigma? And yeah, the NG mods on the modded 360 have been a ton of fun to mess around with. New Game Plus and all that, and the various trainers. New Game Plus on Sigma is really fun to mess with. And yeah, I just can't think of much else left to do. That I actually want to do. That's the thing. There's plenty of things I could do. But, motherfucker. It's whether or not I actually want to mess about with them. The Pierre Andy Savage, hi, every summer. I would love to know how to actually make mods as well. Because that's something that I think Guilty knows a fair bit about. Okay, I was not expecting that to hit him. I don't think Gigante works all that well. I think it does. I think the only downside from what I know of NG2 is you need a fairly powerful PC to run it well. You're not going to run that on even a a mid-end PC, which is kind of irritating. But the legendary Dark Knight style mods that are out there for NG2, oh man, I've wanted to play that since day one pretty much, and actually being able to play that would be so much fun. Just 100 ninjas on screen at all times. That sounds good to me. That's right. No backup here. I do want this Salvador, though. Using both the stick and the Wiimote. That's the tech. Get out of here. Nice. Hey, what's up, Bill? I'm having a ball. More than 4 enemies on screen. Yeah, I don't know if anyone has seen those mods. You know, that literally put, like dozens and dozens of enemies on screen at the same time. But man, I so want to play that. That'd be so much fun. Let's move that over there. Move that over there. Oh, I actually didn't know I had shotgun ammo there. Well, I'll just reload. That's right. You just stand there and marvel at my magnificence. Okay, here we go. Like a Moose UNG? Yeah, basically. I forgot what it was for a second there. You have to do the whole shake. Alright. Nice. We'll see how the island segment goes. I definitely want a Magnum for that. I don't know how much money there is here, but it's a fairly decent amount. I did count once, but I can't remember. Nice. I would also like to mess around more with the NGB mods, because there must be a way that people make the trainers and that for NGB. So there are ones I would like to mess around with. Because I think Rhett has some that I've not tried yet. But it's just a case of how consistent they are. Because if they're not that good, the one that I have at the moment for the items in black, it doesn't always work for some reason. It's really strange. I only played it because I had Ryu Ibusu in it as a selectable character. I think I know the one you're on about there. I can't remember the name of it though, but it does ring a bell. I was always a pretty big fan of those games, to be honest. Like Dynasty Warriors and that. They weren't, you know, they weren't super deep combat-wise, but they were fucking fun, man. The challenges on, I think it was Dynasty Warriors 4 or 5 that introduced the challenge mode, where, you know, you had like 5 minutes, and it was literally just, you know, a complete, like, pixel to pixel in enemies. There was nothing else on screen, and you had to kill, like, as many as you could in a certain amount of time. It was super fun. That's the one, yeah, Warriors, yeah. That is the one. And that reminds me, I've only got about a month left on Game Pass, and I am literally yet to play anything on it. Which is kind of a blow-up. And I haven't used it for, like, Xbox Live or anything. I got the, you know, it was like 3 months of Xbox Live for £1. You know, those crazy offers they do. Yeah, and I haven't used it once yet. Don't do that. Have a bit of that, mate. Heard Naraka Blade Point is a lot of fun on Game Pass. Oh, I've not heard of that. Yeah, there's a thing with Game Pass is, you know, just knowing what is on there can be tricky if you don't keep an eye on it. But did I ever play? No, I didn't. But I think I did check it out at one point. I think I did. What was it? That name rings a bell. Yeah, I think I definitely played it, but not for like a crazy amount of time. Phantom Morningstar. That's kind of weird. Get off my thing. It's billed as Battle Royale, Ninja Gaiden. That reminds me, that Rumbleverse is something I have to check that out. Like the fighting game BR. That sounds like a lot of fun. Oh, I'll take that. Yeah, BRNG must be pretty cool. You don't really have to shake it all that much. Oops. Probably would have been better to just knife there, really. So this is always going to be A and B then, isn't it? Yeah. And And then you... Because they don't combine a shake and a shake for, like, quick time events, do they? Which kind of makes sense. There's a game called Bleeding Edge that I was hoping would get popular because it looks like something I want to watch. It's a character action team multiplayer game. Oh, okay. That does sound pretty cool. The multiplayer stuff at the moment, though, is very, like, anything multiplayer related at the moment, I don't know. I've been on a real, not necessarily downer, but just nothing has really interested me lately, multiplayer-wise. It just, I don't know, man. I feel burnt out, I guess. Is more the right way to put it. I didn't really, don't really care all that much about multiplayer at the moment. Bleeding Edge was awful. Well, I've not played it, so cannot comment. Maybe about the guys who made DMC Devil May Cry. I mean, that's a good game, so. But it's a different kind of thing, and it's always different when, you know, you go from making something. You know, DMC, they had a clear blueprint to go from. You know, doing that versus making something completely new, you know, and unique from scratch. It's very different. And same, I guess, I was huge in competitive multiplayer when I was in high school. Yes, I'm the same. The last multiplayer thing I got super into was Blackout for Black Ops 4. And that was it. Like, since then, it's been... And that kind of dovetailed nicely with, you know, coming to the end of playing a lot of Halo 5. I then played Blackout. But other than that, I don't know, man. Multiplayer just doesn't do it for me like it used to. And I think that's just because... What the fuck? Oh, that was you. Oh, is that you? A fucking wise guy, eh? Well, not anymore. There we go. And, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't see... Like, Halo Infinite was the last thing that maybe could have, like, really got me back into multiplayer, but... You know, we know how that ended up going. Warzone, I just thought Warzone was garbage from the very beginning. I was never a big fan of Warzone. I think, like, Blackout to Warzone for me was a huge fucking downgrade. And, I feel like that was kind of how people felt, like, right off the bat. But there does seem to be a bit of a case of NRS syndrome with, Ah, there you are. I love that laugh. You know, with, like, each new Call of Duty, like, everyone just seems to hate it. And, I didn't hate Warzone, it's just, I just felt, this is not as fun as Blackout was, so I'm done. You know, I went back to playing Halo 5, actually, for a little bit, now that I think about it. That was 2019, wasn't it? Yeah. I went back to Halo 5 for a bit, after Warzone kind of didn't really do it for me. Get off my lift. Only one thing I like is Apex. I did try Apex, but same again. Like, shooters, I think... And I think, you know, people that are really into shooters now that, you know, didn't get into shooters in, say, you know, the older eras, like your Halo, or like Halo, and then before that you would have had things like Unreal and Quake. I think people that have sort of grown up on, say, Fortnite and Apex, I feel like they'll have the same kind of feeling in maybe 10 years' time, where they'll be like, yeah, nothing is giving them, like, that kind of... I did not know they could do that. Nothing is giving them that same feeling, you know? Like, even now, nothing gives me the same enjoyment as Halo 3 or Gears of War 1. Or Gears did, to be fair, because I enjoyed all the Gears. Even 2. I somehow even managed to enjoy Gears 2. And I think that says a lot for how big of a deal it is if you play a multiplayer game with friends. You know, because Gears 2's multiplayer was fucking god-awful. But, you know, I played that with a group of friends on the regular. And, like, you know, anything with friends is fun, basically. And the closest to that was Blackout, you know? Blackout really was a grand old time. I really loved it. But it just kind of, the novelty, I just guess, wore off a bit quicker than normal. Halo 2 and Doom 2, kid? Yeah, you can't beat it. Like, Halo 2, I would play Halo 2 right now. Honestly. Or 3. Offline, though. And, you know, custom games. That was a bit of a shock coming from playing mainly custom games, because that's what we did back then. You know, we would just pool up. Instead of going to school, we would just play Halo all day. You know, seems like a good trade. And we would just play custom games. Because a lot of the game types that you got, even to this day, I think, in regular Halo, are just kind of... They're just kind of boring. And, you know, they're not as fun as just playing... just silly stuff that you make yourself. Quake 2 is the most fun I had in a multiplayer with Reliance, with regular arena mod and a grapple mod. Yeah, you had to aim correctly or you were screwed. Yes, I never had a PC at that time, so my experience of Unreal and Quake and that was at university primarily. We used to just play, you know, offline. We would just play in the like in the rooms where we would do work, you know, later on during the day. You know, it was like, you know, should we fire up some Unreal Tournament and you know, and play a few matches? Yeah, sure, why not? And a few matches would turn into, you know, oh, look at that, it's 11 o'clock at night. What's going on? What happened there? Alright, I can upgrade all my capacities here, so. I'm kind of excited that Bethesda are finally putting Quake Champions on Xbox. It's been stuck on PC forever. I would have, like, Quake Champions is the hero one, right? That's the hero shooter Quake game. Because when they announced a new Quake, I was really excited. And then they were like, oh, it's a hero shooter. I'm like, immediately I was like, okay, I don't care. Like, now I don't care. I've just never been a big fan of those. The next shooter I'm really excited for is, well, I say excited. Now I'm a bit anxious, but it's Wolfenstein 3. Like, you know, it's the final Wolfenstein. And I know everyone, by all accounts, Youngblood was made, you know, by a different team. But I don't know, man. Youngblood was bad. Really, really bad. So I don't know. I hope Wolfenstein 3 is good, but after Youngblood, I am pretty skeptical. I gotta admit. I don't Quake 4 on backwards compatibility. Is it not? Oh, I would have thought it would have been. Home for a new Quake with Quake 1 vibes. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, that's the thing though. Like the arena shooter, for lack of a better word. You know, people keep saying, "Oh, you know, like it needs to come back. It needs to come back." I agree, but you know, can it? I think Halo Infinite proved that maybe it can't, because Halo Infinite is the closest thing to an arena shooter you can really get these days in terms of a modern game. And I say that loosely because Halo is not really, you know, a true to form like arena shooter. But what did everyone spend all their time complaining about when Infinite launched? You know, it was the progression system. That's what people were complaining about, and it's just, that is what people care about now. It's like, you can have a game that's fucking terrible, you know? I'm sure we all know someone that plays Warzone and thinks it's garbage, and yet they're still playing it. Why? Oh, well, you know, I want to get this, like, blue scope for my gun. It's like, or, you know, you could play a game that is actually fun, and that you like, and just enjoy playing it. You know, and then they're like, what? No. That's not why people play games anymore. Are you mad? I mean, Youngblood felt like a modern Ubisoft. I don't know what that means, honestly. Youngblood was just fucking terrible. It was a terrible game on every single level. That game is a steaming pile of shit and should never ever have been made. And yet, that was the follow-up to Wolfenstein 2 we got, and it's, oh man, fucking tragic. Absolutely tragic that is the fucking, that's the game we got, to follow up fucking Wolfenstein 2. Ugh. Not even remotely amused by that. Fucking terrible game. Oh yeah, I've got some treasure to do, yeah. Fucking terrible sums up modding Ubisoft pretty well. Fair enough. I haven't played a Ubisoft game in a hot minute, to be honest. I haven't played Assassin's Creed since Assassin's Creed 3. I played Blacklist. That was the last Splinter Cell game I played. Never got into like Rainbow Six or any of their other stuff, which is kind of escaping me at this point. So yeah, not really all that clued in on modern Ubisoft. I was intrigued by the new Assassin's Creeds, but when I saw them, I thought, like these aren't what I would have, like, these aren't what I used to go to Assassin's Creed for. Like, these are just open world action RPGs now. And I thought that's not why I liked Assassin's Creed, you know, when I was playing it. You know, Assassin's Creed was something different. And the fact that they seem to have just morphed it into open world action RPG, and I think, okay, cool. Like, that's great for the people that, you know, the 800 billion other of these that are out there that somehow isn't enough for everybody, but like, that's not interesting to me on Assassin's Creed, so I'm good. I kind of checked out of that. And Assassin's Creed 3 was pretty shit too, so the last Assassin's Creed that I played, you know, wasn't particularly, you know, didn't exactly tickle my whistle. When talking Quake, I think the new Doom games are the closest relative. Yeah, they are. It's just multiplayer-wise, they didn't do that, did they? That was weird. Like, Doom 2016's multiplayer, while still very good, was definitely not, you know, like, old-school Doom multiplayer. Doom Eternal's multiplayer, again, while still very good, is not like old-school Doom multiplayer. The new Wolfenstein games are so good. Yeah, they are. They're fucking fantastic. Okay. They really are. Origins was good AC, but every UE game has that. After that has been wank. The saying, you played one, you played them all. Yeah, it does. And I feel like to a certain extent, we're getting to that point on just genres. I played Days Gone when it was on PlayStation Plus. That's a great game, but I got bored within like an hour. I was like, yeah, like the open world, you know, setup. It's like you start, you do a mission, you meet somebody. He's like, hey, you need to go here and get this thing. You go there and you get that thing. But on the way there to get that thing, you meet other things and you meet other people and see other things that introduce other things you can also do in the world. And that's kind of it. And you think, even Horizon 2 kind of suffered from that a little bit. But I think Horizon 2's world is a lot more interesting, so that's something that I did enjoy about it. And also the gameplay on it's pretty great too. Although, having said that, I've said that before with Horizon, I think the fact that Horizon's gameplay, like, sticks out is kind of weird, because it's quite simple. It's just, you know, that just goes to show you how simple everything else is getting. Yeah, Assassin's Creed 4, though, didn't that double down on the boat stuff? I fucking hated the boat stuff in Assassin's Creed. And I seem to be in a very, like, most people seem to really like the boat stuff. I hate it. I cannot stand it. That is partly what has ruined Assassin's Creed, in my opinion. And yet, yeah, here it, like, people rave about 4, and they're like, oh yeah, the boat stuff's great, and I think, yeah, probably not gonna be my thing then. Give me a linear game with deep combat system over any story-driven open world game. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Like, there's very, very, very often now you just get quantity over quality, and that's where, again, I have to give Horizon 2 like way more credit. well, not way more credit, but I have to give it credit in that, like, Horizon 2 is probably 2 or 3 times the size of Horizon 1, and yet there is no filler in that game. That game is just all hella good shit. And I hope we get some DLC for that. Oh, I was gonna say. For a minute there, I thought he hit me. I thought, like, there is no way that motherfucker hit me from all the way over there. Alright, this is, not a great spot. I'm not sure if he can hit me up here. Doesn't look like it. AC Unity is still decent when it comes to multiplayer. Wasn't Unity the one that was, like, gloriously broken on launch, I think? The Assassin's Creed I like the most is actually the very first one. The one people love to hate. Uh-oh. Well, thank you for the assist there, my good dude. The missions played out in a way that made sense to me in planning to assess. Yeah, I did actually quite like the first one. I played the first one when it came out. And like, I did not take to that game very much at first. I thought, like, you know, that was 2007. I was still very much in my, you know, if your mechanics aren't good, this game can fuck off mentality. And I felt, you know, the first Assassin's Creed was pretty rough around the edges. But then I ended up playing 2 and really liking 2. Oh, shit. And then I kind of went back and played 1, thinking, oh, you know, let me give 1 another chance. And then when you go back and play them back to back, you know, it's you can really see the differences. So they have way more boat gameplay in the newer Assassin's Creed. Oh yeah, I'm done then. Like, I truly hated the boat stuff. I just cannot get that across enough. I think, nah, like you know, Assassins, you're supposed to be playing an assassin and you're on a fucking ship. It's like, what is, like, no, just no. I think I meant to get a copy of Horizon 2. I know a PS4 Pro though. From what I hear, it's fine on PS4. I did play it on PS5, and I gotta say, oh shit, I thought I had the shotgun out. That game on PS5 is fucking impressive. Like, that game is very pretty on PS5. But yeah, it's super good, man. That's a game that you may have noticed if you were following YouTube at the time. Around the time of Horizon 2, you know, YouTube and Twitch went pretty quiet for a good few weeks because I was just playing that, like, every day. It's such a fun game. I still have Ghost of Tsushima to play. I started that and I really liked it, but I just never, like, got back to it. I don't know. I can't give you a reason why. I bought that game day 1 because that was Sucker Punch's next game. That was the Infamous team's next game, and I fucking love Infamous, so I thought, hell yeah, like, I'm definitely buying Ghost of Tsushima, but just never got back to it. Again, maybe a bit of open world fatigue, I don't know. But I do want to get back to that for sure. Alright. Look at all this ammo I have. Like, oh man. I didn't get the Steelbook, I just got the regular, but it's one of those games that, you know, I just played for about an hour and a half and I thought, man, this game is really fucking cool. And just I haven't played it since. Just, you know, that was, I mean, I don't when did Ghost of Tsushima come out? Last year, I think. Last year sometime, and I just never got back to it. I'm gonna have to fix that. Since MG, yeah, I've heard people really praise this, really praise the story in it too. So, oh, was it 2 years ago? Man, was it? Horizon 2 was their exclusive this year, wasn't it? What was last year? I can't. It might have been 2 years ago, actually. No, it wasn't 2 years ago, was it? I'm trying to think. I was at the old flat 2 years ago. Ghost of Tsushima definitely didn't come out then. That was 2020. I'd have to look it up, you know. You might be right. Oh, shit. Oh yeah, Returnal. Yeah, you're right, man. God, yeah. So yeah, it's been 2 years since I played that. I really want to play Returnal as well. I should have got my exclusive. 2020 was when the PS5 came out. Oh yeah, well yeah. Yeah, that's right. Man, PS5 is 2 years old this year. How about that? Get out of here. Get back in the oven, motherfucker. Alright. Yeah, I do want to play Returnal. That game looks sick. It's just, you know, the curse of buying the digital-only PS5. Because I have no doubt that that game is good, but I don't know, man. I ain't putting 70 quid down on Returnal. Sorry. I don't think it's going to be that good. So. And it's funny, I might actually, if Sony do a slim PS5, and if I can sell my digital PS5 for enough to, you know, get, like, a slim physical one, I actually might do it. I still need to copy PS5, like I said yesterday, I'm in no hurry. Yeah, I can't wait for Spider-Man 2. That's going to be good. That's on PC as well. That's on PC. Now, hey, what's up, Ryu? And I still have all the DLC of Spidey to play. So I've got plenty of Spider-Man to get back to. When I eventually do. There we go. Hang on a minute, what's the rifle here? Spider-Man 2... no, the first Spider-Man. The first Spider-Man is on PC. There we go. Thought I had another capacity upgrade left. We'll abuse that. Yes, we will. There we go. I tried to play Razor's Edge and I got sleepy. Okay. Have a bit of that, mate. Nice. Yeah, I'm in a bit of a weird point when it comes to what to play, because I have so many games right now that I do want to play. I just really don't know where to start. Because I don't have any videos at the moment. I don't have any, like, video projects pending. Which is a first. You know, that's a first this entire year. So, I really have no idea what to play. I'm thinking of playing Super Metroid. I know that's, you know, not, you know, catching up on my backlog, you know, Super Metroid. But hey, man. I want to play that. You cheeky bitch. Oh, there's a red herb in there, actually, yeah. Play Samurai Jack. Well, I'm trying not to add to the backlog. And the Roller Coaster Tycoon as well. I really want to play that. Not exactly a new game, but I really want to play it. Waiting for a sale before I get a PC copy of Spider-Man. I got the platinum for both Spider-Man games on PS4. You know, I still haven't played Miles Morales either, and I actually keep forgetting that that game exists. Yeah, I got a lot of Spider-Man to catch up on, actually. Now that I think about it. So, yeah, I really do want to get those. But I'm thinking, you know, when I need the right moment to get my my 3080. Get my new graphics card. Been, depending on how the next couple of months goes, I might get it sooner than I think. Because I was originally planning to go away this year, but I don't think that's going to happen. So, I'm thinking, well, you know, instead of being responsible and, you know, saving that money, could just buy a new graphics card instead. That I don't really need. You know, don't exactly need a 3080 to play Super Metroid. You know, or Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. But they will look as good as they can look. You know? Those games will look amazing running on that. So, I know there's a way quicker way to do that. I just don't like it when that screen looks really messy. I like it when it's just, you know, a clean line through the whole thing. And I got another idea for a video project the other day. Just because the game is almost dead in terms of actually being able to get a hold of it. It'll be after PN3. But I really wanted to do something for Swarm on the 360. That's such an underrated game. And it's actually delisted now on the marketplace. Which is a crying shame. You cannot get that game anymore. Which really sucks. And I'm really enjoying the Wii, I gotta admit. I don't know, maybe it's the control scheme. Maybe just because this feels different and it's a bit novel for me right now. But, you know, I'm really looking forward to getting the Resident Evil Chronicles games. It'll be fun to try out, you know, the Super Mario Galaxy. So, it's a bit different. And then, of course, there's Resident Evil 4 on a dance pad. Which, I kid you not, that's something I'm thinking of doing pretty soon. Because as long as I can get one that I know is gonna work, because all it needs to do is, you know, work on the D-pad, and then we should be home free. He dead? Yeah, he's dead. Have I played Ultra Kill? Yes, I have. I got the demo of that. I really liked that game. But, you know, it's like, you know, it's there. I'll play it at some point. I don't want to, I'm really trying to not add games to my list of games to play. But that game is really fun. I did like that game. Oi! Look at him trying to blooming clothesline from Helmy. The APA would like a word with you, good sir. Wait, only 2? Too many video games. There are, man. There's way too many games right now. But it's a great problem to have, you know? Nice. I've been wondering about that. You can make that work. Would you play with the controller in your hands for the face buttons or something? Well, no, because the dance pads have like face buttons on them. If I remember rightly, a dance pad is you have like it's a 3x3 grid. So, I don't really have. So, yeah. So if you imagine my ammo here as like my dance pad, so you have like up, down, left, and right, and then in the corners, I think you have square, triangle, like X, circle, A, B, X, Y, and some of them have and like above that they have like little shoulder buttons. So, and that's the thing I need to find. Like, I need to find one that has shoulder buttons. Otherwise, you know, I won't be able to aim in this game. So, I really want to give that a go though, because I just think it'd be really fun. It'd be a really fun way to play. Oh, you can. I never knew you could jump down here. Nice. Oh wait, where's the merchant? Is he back here? I think he is. Where'd this guy come from? Yeah, here we are. Here's the merchant. What up, buddy?
Got some rare. What are you buying?
Alright, there we go. Don't let me forget to buy my Magnum. Yeah, that's the other thing, because I want to do NG on a dance pad as well. But for NG, I need to find one with 4 shoulder buttons, and I don't actually think they exist. So, I did like look into it and work it out, but I would just have block and center camera on the 2 shoulder buttons, and then aim, I would have to actually like back out to the menu for certain chapters where I need first person aiming and forego like center camera for aim. But I don't know if you can actually do that. Because in NG, I think every like core ability has to be mapped to a button. Otherwise, you know, it won't let you play. So, you know, it's a shame. Uality does various hard games with a dance pad. Maybe worth asking her in Discord if there's such a dance pad. Oh, could you pop that in the reminder channel? Because I will definitely do that. Because yeah, like if I can just get in touch with someone who, you know, It's like, oh yeah, like, this dance pad works great, just get this one. Then that will save me a lot of messing about. You know, I don't want to have to order them and, you know, be like, oh, this one doesn't work, got to send it back. I really don't want to have to fuck about with that, so. That would be really cool to know. What kind of things does she play? Because I know on PC you can, you know, you can do quite a bit with, you know, with like overriding controls. So if I have to mess about with that, as long as it's not too much of a pain in the arse, not the end of the world. And here I was thinking that I would use way more ammo on this playthrough. I don't know myself very well, do I? But yeah, that's what I'm really hoping I can do, you know. If someone can just be, recommend me one that I know will work. She ran all the Souls games at level 1, did Skyrim and Mortal Kombat. Okay. Okay, the fact that she did all the Souls games is good, because those games also, you know, they use the shoulder buttons, right? So, in theory, then, that should be doable. That'll be a cool playthrough, too. NG on Master Ninja, on a dance pad, bitches. Not only are we completing Master Ninja, we're getting some cardio in. Get fucked. You know, that'd be pretty funny, actually. I do have a heart rate monitor, so I could hook that up and hook it up to, like, hook it up on the phone and have a look at how many, like, calories I'm burning while doing NG. Because if you think about it, NG it's a very button-heavy game, you know, and on a dance pad, you're going to be dancing around, you know, to hit those buttons. So it's it's probably going to be, you know, a fairly decent workout. That'll be a great way to burn calories. Just play Ninja Gaiden, you know. Drop and give me 100 Izuna drops. Oh, hello. Forgot about you. You know, using both the Wiimote and this to aim is actually mad fucking broken. Maybe that's what people meant when they said, like, these controls are super OP. Because you can aim, like, ridiculously fast, but then you can also scroll at the same time. Have some of that, buddy. Did be starting a national... Buy my workout DVD. It's just... Get 50 million in mission mode, but do it on a dance pad. And you'll start shed... The weight will just fall off you. You motherfucker. I should have suplexed him. That'd be pretty funny. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out, though, because, not that I'm lazy, but I am lazy. But if I can just get recommended one that definitely works, then that would be way less pissing around. Remember workout DVDs? Now that I think about it. Remember when everyone and their fucking grandma had a workout DVD? And from what I can tell, they were all literally exactly the same thing. Just do some shit in your living room. And that's like all they were. Oh, I know they're still a thing. I just mean, there was a time when, you know, they were everywhere. Like, they were absolutely everywhere. And like, when I say everyone had one, you know, everyone had one. Like, you know, people that you'd never heard of, you know, like, who the hell is this? And yet they have a workout DVD. It's like, oh, okay. Have I still got the exclusive to go on this? I think I have, actually. Let me check. Yeah, I do. I still have the exclusive. So we're not going to reload this. We don't reload guns on this stream. Reloading is for scrubs. I only sort of was reminded of them because when I went to CEX and, you know, got all these cheap Wii games, there were workout DVDs in there, you know, for like £1. And I remember seeing them and like seeing some of the people that had them, and I thought, oh yeah, I remember when like these were mad popular. Before the days of YouTube and fitness influencers, we had workout DVDs, man. What a time to be alive. Let's reload this. Just because, you know... Oh, no. Never though. I'm going to say. I can get a few more out of these. You know what? Let me just get rid of those. We ain't got no TMP, so... The amount of EastEnders actors who had workout DVDs. Yeah. And it's so funny because, you know what that reminds me of? I think that's like that's the UK equivalent of, you know those Subway adverts that were a thing for a bit, where they would have someone on that was like really overweight, and, you know, like, I lost like 150 pounds eating 3 Subways, and, you know, you're like, yeah, no you didn't. Like, that's not at all like what happened here. And I feel like the workout DVDs were very similar, you know. All I did was, you know, I did star jumps in my living room and I lost like 5 stone. When in reality, it's like, no, you had like a team, you probably had like a team of nutritionists and personal trainers to actually help you lose that much weight. It's, what a shocker. It turns out it was all bullshit.
What are you selling?
So, alright, let's sell some grenades. I don't really need all these grenades. Oh no, there are still some regenerators to go, so. Is it really stingy of me to want to use up the ammo in that rifle before I get my exclusive upgrade? To upgrade my my ammo? The answer is yes, but I'm still gonna do it. Because, you know, can't waste a bullet. There we go. And I'll buy my Magnum after that. I never watched EastEnders though. I could never get into it. I did try a couple of times. When remember the storyline when Phil got shot? That was really big. That was a big story. And I watched it a bit for that. And I don't know, man. I was a Coronation Street person myself. I did like a good bit of Coro back then. But I haven't watched that in getting on for 20 years now. So. I miss Marley Briggs. That game was way more fun than it had any right to be. The best God of War clone? That does not ring a bell. That one must have skipped me. I do like a good God of War clone. Shoutouts to Dante's Inferno. Oh, does he? That was a big deal at the time when he got shot. I was like, who shot Phil? I don't know. Shit. Well, wasn't it a kid? Didn't it turn out that a kid shot him or something? I can't remember. But that sounds right. I think a kid shot him in the end. It wasn't, and I don't know how that would have happened. But. It's a fun game. It's on. Okay, I'll keep an eye out for that. I've not actually. Yeah, not played that. Yeah, I know, man. It sucks. Dante's Inferno was fun. The bad thing about Dante's Inferno was the marketing and all the controversy around it, because they tried really hard to, you know, use, like, remember when the viral marketing, like we outsourced to a viral marketing company, which basically means viral marketing is just a nice way of saying we outsourced to a bunch of scumbags and we're sorry, we didn't know what they were going to do. Yeah, remember the PSP? That also happened. I'm not going to PC version because of memory leak. Oh, okay. Alright, I'll keep an eye out for that. Oh, there's health in here. I'll take that. I think I've seen a lot of people on Molly Briggs but never tried it. Okay. Yeah. You know what? That one, I didn't think that one was that bad in terms of, you know, I don't know what the word is, but that one just seemed really out of touch. That's the kind of advert that you would have seen for like a Mega Drive game, you know? It seemed really out of touch for them to do that advert. And it didn't seem, you know, very tongue-in-cheek either. You know, like, there was a way to do that kind of advert for Dead Space 2 and have it be kind of funny and have it be a, you know, a bit like winking at the camera, like, like, but they didn't. Like, they played it totally straight, and it's like, what are you doing? Like this does not fly in, like, you know, 2010, which I think that's when Dead Space 2 came out. Man, Dead Space 2. It's an old 12-year-old game. Damn. Best $1 I spent. I remember when Sony killed a goat or something live in front of a bunch of games media. I don't remember that. That must have been for a game, right? Just... Yeah, I don't remember that. Get out of here. I feel like it's a blow-up that I forgot about that, because going by history, like, that probably happened, like, when I was covering games, and yeah, I do not remember that at all. Oh, it just seems like it was a decapitated goat. Not sure if they killed it live. It was for God of War or God of War 2. Oh, okay. I mean... Yeah, sure, why not, you know? Why not do that? Speaking of God of War, you know, Ragnarok in, what, like, two and a half months? Slaughtered for dead goat stunt. Oh, man. Video games. You know, there's parts of it where you're like, yeah, it can be hard to, you know, sometimes you just have to take stuff like that really on the chin, you know. I knew it. Ashley, get out of the way. Good. Guests are invited to reach inside the goat's still warm carcass. Why wasn't I invited to this fucking press event, man? That's metal as fuck. That was a joke. You know. No, not the TV! I did not want to shoot that. Thanks, Ashley. Take one for the team. Whoops. Okay. This aiming's a bit weird. That's really strange. Why? What? You know what I mean? That's a prime example.
Learn from
like,
this.
What in their mind made them think, hey, I've got a great idea. I did not want to use that on Ashley. Thanks for the follow, Hidden Something. Also, hello. Yeah, why would they think, hey, I've got a great idea, let's do this, and somehow it actually makes it down the pipeline, and along the way, someone doesn't go, you know what, people, maybe this isn't such a good idea, you know, just maybe we shouldn't do this. Yeah, no one seems to. Sometimes, you know, it's amazing sometimes, like, the shitty ideas that actually make it all the way to reality. Hey, what's up, Alan? How you doing, man? Sunday's going great, man. Thank you very much. How about you? Got a nice walk in this morning. Got all my shopping done, which was good. Food is done. Laundry is done. Sundays are pretty, Sundays are pretty much the same, to be honest. It's the same few chores in the morning after I get out of bed. And then I just chill for the rest of the day. You know? Sunday is the day of rest. It's the day of peace. And that's a huge fucking bill of goods. Because, you know, the first... From like 7 AM to 12 on a Sunday, I'm doing nothing but work. I'm working. Not working, but like you know, you're doing shit. Yeah, you're doing stuff around the house and everything, so. I think they paid people who named their child Turok like 10 grand. You know what? Turok is... If you don't know about the games, I guess Turok is, like, not the worst name in the world. Like, you know. I feel like I've heard, you know, worse names than that. Like, Turok is not that bad. It's really not. It's not that bad of a name, you know. Oh, Hidden Gem Gamers. What up, man? Hello. Fun fact. The Wii version of Ori 4 is to support the PS2. That means it's great. I don't know about that, man. Because this looks like the GameCube version. This doesn't look like the PS2 version. And the enemy counts are comparative with the GameCube version, not the PS2 version. And also, I think I can debunk... Okay, yeah, I can debunk that right now. If you look at the examine models, like, there's no way that's the PS2 model of the guns. So, I don't know where you heard that, but that's not correct. The PS2 version looks remarkably shittier than the GameCube version. It's, like, it's very, very noticeable. Turret Maker plays the name game. Yeah, I just thought, actually. Okay, these guys need to stop dying. There's also no dynamic lighting in the PS2 version. So you look at that, look, the muzzle flash. Like, the muzzle flash isn't in the PS2 version either. And there's clearly muzzle flash here. Come on, Ashley, chop chop. Let's rock and roll. I need to buy my Magnum. That's crazy. I love it when one of them just falls in the lava. Nice. Hang on. There we go. You're not trying to just do based on RE knowledge. I don't know about that. It's just there's that PS2 version, man. You know. Shit, I missed. That went in the lava, right? That did not. Ashley, what are you doing? This ain't no free lunch. I mean, put some work in. I tell you to operate this lever. I'm the one doing all the murder in here. Oh, for God's sake. There we go. There we go. Am I Australian or English? That's a funny question, because as an Englishman or an Australian, I think the accents are very, very different and very distinctive. But it's amazing how often that question does come up. Ashley, come on. Again. There's no such thing as a free lunch. Can you stop getting grabbed? No wonder you got kidnapped. Right. Let's try this again, shall we? Stop that. Oh yeah, he's not gonna. There we go. Right, Ashley, get back to work. There we go. This wrecking ball is not gonna swing itself. Oh shit. You want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. Get off. Oh, that's bad. Actually, no, we should be okay. Yeah, even if she gets hit, I could have just healed her, so we're fine. Nice. Right, this is the last two regenerators, isn't it? If my memory serves. Well, there's one in the prison, but we don't need to worry about him, so.
Wait.
What up, Jimmy? I don't need to do that anymore, because this is exclusive. Yeah, I'm going to watch that later. That definitely landed in the lava. And I assumed that if your grenade went in the lava, it just despawned like it does in water, but I guess not. Still school day, you know? Every day is a school day. Not very much. What we got left? We've got the Bulldozer, Krauser, and It. And yeah, it's pretty much the end of the game after that. Not a whole lot left to go. Oh, I don't know if anyone saw that video I posted in Discord, by the way. But I'm going to watch that at the end of the stream. Although, I might watch that later, actually. Because I think I'll do what I did yesterday as well. I think I'll stream a bit later on this evening, so I might watch that later. Because I've been on a real binge of MKX top 8s over the last week or so. Like, since EVO, basically, I've been watching a ton of MKX finals. Man, that game was fucking fun. It really was. I missed that game. Let's go. Right. There's no more exclusives, so I actually have to reload. This is physically painful for me. Having to actually spend bullets.
Leave it to me, Mom.
Well, I tried to do that with the wrecking board, and, you know, look what you did. Yeah, me too. KI was fucking awesome to watch. Oh, man. It's, I'm gonna go watch some KI as well, actually. KI was such a fun game to watch. I really wish I'd have gotten more into that. I really do. Because I got an Xbox One in 2015, so it was only a couple of years. So it definitely would have been enough to, you know, to get into it, but I just didn't. And really is a fun game. Alright. Let's organize this case a little bit. Yeah, I was going to go with the striker, but, you know, I always go with the striker. So I figured, you know what? Let's mix it up a little bit, and I'll go with the riot gun here. Right, I can sell my thermal scope now, though. Have I got any treasure? No. There's a Dreamcast game called Techromancer. I do not... that does not ring a bell. I'm playing making an anime series out of it, but instead we got the... I've never heard of that before. Techromancer. It's a cool name. Whoops. Sell that. That's a nice 10 grand. Ooh, should I get the vest? I mean, you don't really need it, but... Killer 7. 70 grand. I just realised I forgot to pick up the cat statue. So I'm actually down quite a bit of money here. That's like 36 grand, I think. Damn it. No, I've never owned a Dreamcast. It's one of the very few consoles I have never owned. And yeah, there isn't many. There isn't many consoles I haven't owned, but that is one of them. I would like to get one because there's a couple of Resident Evils on it that I'd like to try. It's funny enough, it's the same thing for the Nintendo 64. I really want a Nintendo 64 to play the Resident Evil 2 version of... to play, sorry, the N64 version of RE2. There's some cool modes in that. MKX Aliens, funny. Yeah, so that's why I thought that video would be interesting, because the title of the video is, like, the most hated MKX character. And it's Alien. And I think, I don't know about that. I don't know if I'd agree with that. I can think of two characters off the top of my head that were definitely hated more than Alien. Alien was pretty... Yeah, I mean, maybe... Here's the other thing, too, and I'll talk about it in the video. Maybe in the more, like, casual scene, but I'm looking at it more from competitive. Like, there's two characters that I can, like, right off the top of my head that were way more hated than Alien. Neither of which were anywhere near as good, but, you know. Alien was pretty ridiculous. Tremor. I don't think people really hate... I don't remember people hating Tremor. Tremor was kind of a fan favorite, actually. Because Tremor is cool. He's super good, but he's a fucking cool character. He's got style, you know? His intros were good, like, he had good character intros. He had really good brutalities, he had good moves. He was just a cool character. And he was a little bit different, too. You know, he wasn't just... You know, I think... That's something that NRS, I think, still kind of fall into from time to time, is their DLC characters are just souped-up versions of, like, other characters in the roster, you know? It's kind of a shame. Whereas Tremor is pretty unique in terms of characters. Like, he's not just, oh, he's just this character, but way better. It's like, nah, he's actually quite he's quite original. He's quite unique. One of the few characters that also has, like, 3 viable variations. And not like everybody else that just had 2 that were good and... Well, some didn't even have that. Some were just like, yep, this character is this variation and that's it. There we go. Nice. I got my Dreamcast before the system even died. Second-hand with a stack of games for $50. Oh, nice. Dreamcast console, from my experience, don't last very long. Can't say on that, but I still see the odd Dreamcast in the wild. And every now and then get tempted to pick one up. And I think, yeah, you know, it'd be cool to have a Dreamcast. It'd be cool to get Code Veronica and Soul Calibur, you know. Ever heard of Power Stone? No, I haven't. I hate that Capcom has so many IPs, but they do nothing with them. Man, I couldn't agree more with that. Capcom have so many good things that they could do something with, and they're just like, no. The only IPs we have are Resident Evil and Monster Hunter. They're the only IPs that exist now, and it's so annoying. I'd love to see them do something with Mercs. I really would. I think they could do a really good spin on Mercs in this day and age. Yeah, so don't go and attack Ashley. Attack me. Anybody remember the Conflict series? Like Conflict Desert Storm, Conflict Vietnam, those games? They're really good. And in a lot of... If anyone hasn't played Mercs, I have no idea what I'm talking about. But Mercs was a arcade game originally, but then they put it out again on, like, home systems. Actually, I think it was only on the Mega Drive. You have no head, sir. You are far too mobile. There we go, for someone who has no face. Right. But in Mercs, you had, like, 5 different characters that you got throughout the progression of the game on, like, the home systems. You had an assault rifle guy, a flamethrower guy, a grenade launcher guy, a laser guy, and a homing missile guy. They were, like, your 5 dudes. And it always struck me as, like, somewhat of, like, a precursor to the Conflict games, because in the Conflict games, you operate, I think, a 4-man squad, and you have, like, your demolition guy, you have your all-round assault rifle guy, you have your comms guy, you have your special weapons guy. And I thought, yeah, like, this is kind of just what Mercs did, but, you know, scaled up a lot. And the Conflict games were fucking amazing. Like, they are so underrated, but... They didn't make it past the like original Xbox era, unfortunately. Really good co-op games too. Really good. I want to say they were 4-player co-op. I'm pretty sure they were, because I remember playing it on the Xbox at a friend's house. The first time I actually played on an Xbox, and like he had 4 controllers, and I think me, him, and his dad were playing. It was pretty cool. Did you ever play Mercenaries in Village? No, I didn't actually. I need to get back. I need to get around. I still want to replay Village actually. I've not got around to it yet. The disk drive is so unreliable. Yeah, I've heard that about the Dreamcasts. I think I remember watching someone play one of the Conflict games right before we went to Iraq. Yeah, that sounds about right, timeline-wise. Really good games, though. They are really good. They are well worth playing if you haven't played them. Don't trip, lads. Shouldn't I have some... I was going to say, shouldn't I have more dudes here? There's one fun Resident Evil clone on the Sega Saturn called Deep Fear. I remember that, but I haven't played it. Was a zombie set? Yeah, so yeah, that rings a bell. Yeah, that's a good setting too. I feel like it's a good setting. Japan, a European version goes for like 600. Man, is that not like easily available on emulator? Because emulators, man, it took me way too long to really get into emulators. Is he dead? Yeah. Because I really want to play all the old Tomb Raiders again. I watched a bit of Farnham playing Tomb Raider Classic, like Tomb Raider Anniversary rather, and Tomb Raider Underworld, and it really made me want to replay the old school Tomb Raiders, like Tomb Raider 1, Tomb Raider 2, Tomb Raider 3. And someone mentioned that they were all on Steam, because I was thinking, you know, just pick them up get them on emulator. Someone mentioned they were on Steam, and I said, yeah, but do they work on Steam? Because old games, there's a lot of old games on Steam, and you think, oh, wicked, it's on Steam. I can just play it on PC, and you get it, and it doesn't, and it doesn't even boot up, and it's like, ugh, it's very annoying that. It's one of the few like real downsides of PC stuff. Whereas if you have a working PS2, you know, which I have, if I wanted to, I could just plug that in and, you know, put in my game discs for the old Tomb Raider games and play them. That's the point. I wonder what they're gonna do with Tomb Raider. I feel like that reboot trilogy, I think, did not, you know, it didn't do what they wanted it to do. So I kind of hope they go back to, you know, old school Tomb Raider. But I don't know. I don't think they will, if I'm honest. I'm good. I don't need anything. NGB. Oh yeah, that links to Relatize's tutorial, because every time I play the modded NG, you know, that question gets asked. And I haven't watched his video in full, but I watched the first half, and yeah, he shows you how to do it pretty well. And there's also links to where you can get the stuff as well. I know something was around capable of ripping the games myself. That's fair enough. Yeah, like the Wii and PS, because I've got Dolphin emulator on my PC, and I think that does Wii games as well, but you know, I got a Wii U, and I really should get some use out of this console because it's it has not been used that much. Excuse me, sir, you're not supposed to be in here. At least that hitbox seemed very generous there. Put that away. There we go. I can Wii U games. Oh, nice. Take that. Fragile Demons. That does not ring a bell. What kind of game is that? I feel like there's probably a lot of stuff, you know, on the Wii that is probably there's probably a lot of, you know, hidden gems on the Wii, because I think for a lot of people the Wii was either a Wii Sports machine or a Wii Fit machine, and or just what they had to play, you know, Mario stuff on and Zelda stuff. It wouldn't surprise me if there's a lot of hidden gems on that. Alright. Well, let's find out if we can option select these QuickTime events. Okay, we didn't die there, so that's a good sign. It doesn't make sense how Leon gets cut there, though. And also, a cut like that would be like bleeding a lot on your face. It wouldn't just... Then again, there's a lot of stuff in this game that supposedly is explained by people being like, oh, well, yeah, Leon's got the parasite in him, so it makes him, you know... Like, he's a bit amped up, you know, due to the parasite. The shaking on it is very generous. Speaking of cutting, I am getting back into fencing. Oh, nice. The Putty Patrol. That's one game I want to play on stream soon. I have that on emulator, the Power Rangers, the movie, the game, beat 'em up. Fucking love that game. Fragile Dreams, an action RPG, prioritized resource collecting, exploration over combat. Oh, cool. Everyone criticized it for not being like Zelda. That doesn't surprise me. I'm really intrigued to play the Zelda games. Because having, you know, as I said, having like zero nostalgia for them, you know, it's, oh, what's this going to be? Is this going to be a shake? The mashing stuff is generally a shake, isn't it? So.
All for Umbrella's sake. Umbrella. Almost let it slip. Enough talk.
That would make sense why Krauser's, like, chest cut isn't bleeding. Nice. What are my hopes for Resident Evil 9? I don't know, man.
Looks like we have the upper hand.
I'm hoping Mia's the main protagonist. Yes, so do I. Story-wise, though, I don't know, because it's weird. Like, Resident Evil 1 through 6 are, like, the same canon. They're the same story. Resident Evil 7 and 8, while they are good,
You knew each other?
they don't really feel like Resident Evil. They remind me in some ways of Bioshock Infinite. You know, they wanted to do a game, but they just wanted to put Resident Evil's name on it because it's Resident Evil. That said, though, I'd say they're better than Bioshock Infinite because I think that game is terrible. But I don't know where I want them to... I want them to wrap it up because I want them to get... I know, you know, they're not going to, but I want them to get back to old school Resident Evil. It's been long enough, man. It's been long enough. Give us give us a proper old school Resident Evil again. Like, come on. It's been long enough, man. I don't like the FPS RE games. I don't mind them, but they're definitely overrated. I'll say that. Like I think especially 7. I think 7 is like 7's good, but it's not nothing to write home about in my opinion. Leon is superhuman by this laser dodging feat alone. I feel like there's gymnasts that could probably do that though. You know, that's one thing I'm surprised no one has done on YouTube is like try to replicate something people do in a game but in real life and see if they can actually do it. There's a guy, I can't remember his name, but he does videos where he'll do like the command list of a Tekken character, but he does it like himself, and it's quite cool to see them. Yes, 7 was just okay for me. Like it was all right, but the ending really the ending for I was gonna say Tekken 7 then. The ending for Resident Evil 7 like really lets it down for me. I was really high on that game until the ending. Like the final segment, I thought, oh, this just really kills this game's pace and its ending. I really did not like the final chapter of that game. It really did kind of sour the game for me. Right. I'm feeling lazy, so I am just going to rocket launcher this boss. I don't need... You know, I don't know. I don't need to sell anything. There we go. Hey, what's up, Jordan? 7 looks amazing and 8 looks off great with this. But looks like they should have did better. Yeah, I think 8 had a lot of potential, too. I think if 8 had really leaned into, like, its sort of open-worldy stuff, I thought 8 would have been actually a lot better. But that said, I still really did like RE8. But I want to, you know, RE9, do whatever they're going to do, but then take it old school, man. Take it old school. Go back to, you know, actual, proper old school survival horror. I want ink ribbons, man. That's what I want. I want ink ribbons. Give me ink ribbons. That's what I want. I'm aware that the remakes had ink ribbons, but you know what I mean. So, but I don't think they will, to be fair. RE had X-Men vibes to it. Yeah, it did actually. I see what you mean. Remember Jim Sterling giving it a 6 out of 10? What, was that Resident Evil 8 or 7? Jim Sterling's kind of a hack, though. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Like, I've never really understood why that guy has clout. I think he's... he's a fucking moron, to be honest. Well, that's not a nice thing to say. He's probably a very intelligent person. I just, oh, crap. I think, I think, like, him being, like, I don't know what you'd call it, but, like, a voice for games, I think is, like, nah, dude. That dude's a hack. Like, dude is a hack. Sorry, not sorry. People complain about lack of innovation on the Wii, but then games like Fragile Dreams come out. I mean, innovation is such a loose term, though. You know, when people say, like, there's no innovation, it's like, okay, what do you mean, though? Like, it's such an empty criticism in my book. Like, it's a way for people to, like, critique without actually giving any, like, solid, like, objectification to what they're talking about. It's one of those nothing phrases that I really don't like. It's like when people say mixed bag, you know? And as I said, I've said before, but I've noticed that really has made a comeback in like, especially movie criticism. Seeing a lot of people, you know, be like, this film's a bit of a mixed bag. It's like, that doesn't mean anything. Like, you're not actually, like, that doesn't tell someone anything about what you're reviewing. Like, you know, it's just words at that point. Jim Sterling's Twitter feed is something else. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. I've never looked at his Twitter, and I don't look at Twitter anyway. So, and I nuked Twitter a while ago, so everyone should. I actually didn't think that'd get me from that. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Jim's uses. Oh, okay. Well, good luck with that. That doesn't change my opinion on their opinion on games. It's still fucking terrible, so... You know. Sorry. Not sorry. Get out the way, please. Thank you. You know what? I mean, having said that, a lot of the... there needs to be a term for this. You know, we need like a universal term. But people that like got big early on in terms of like games criticism in say like the early 2000s, mid 2000s around YouTube, that again, not to throw shade, but they got big because they were the first, not because they were any good or they knew what they were talking about. And like I think they've just ridden the coattails of that for like the last 10 years, you know. I don't think people like that would be well known or big if they started now. Do you know what I mean? Because there's just so much more like competition, and also like there's so many more people who have got just a lot more solid knowledge on the things they're talking about. So I think there's a lot of that out there in terms of the online world. If you were first. Like, first is... being first is, like, the best thing you can be. You can be absolutely hot garbage terrible, but if you were first, like, it doesn't matter. You were the only one that people had access to for a while, so that goes a long way. The funny part, this not so popular streamer, Camel, made a joke about Jim, and shit went crazy for no reason. Oh, okay. I don't pay attention to selling all, but learning that was kind of whiplash to me. As I said, I don't follow that stuff anymore, so, you know, I'm not trying to throw shade. Like, I didn't know that before then. As I said, like, that, but as I said, like, that doesn't change what not changing my opinion on their stance on games. Like, it's still terrible. And they're still a hack. So, you know, that's not a shield. I met him once at a video game convention, and he seemed like a nice guy. This was 8 years ago. Over time, he became more of a liberal loony, and in the past 2 years, he's gone full nuclear lib. Yeah, I don't follow them, so I can't comment on that, but I'll take your word for it. Here's another one, actually, on that frame of reference. Does anyone remember Movie Bob from The Escapist? When he had, he was their movie reviewer? Does that... If you don't know who that is, then never mind. But he was another one who I think was just, you know, one of the very first people to start doing that kind of stuff. And yet, I mean, well, I don't know, man. That guy's got problems, but, you know, he definitely fell off pretty quickly, you know. It's, oops. It's weird, man. The internet's a fucking strange place when it comes to that. So, like, Jim Stans are coming after him, calling him, I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. As I said, I can't comment on any of that stuff, because I don't follow the Twitter, like, I don't follow the Twitterverse, so, couldn't tell you. And to be honest, I don't care either, so, I really don't care. Twitter we need to destroy Twitter, you know, just burn it to the ground, and the world will be a much better place. I can grab this, though. Can really count the pictures. What's up, Dave? How you doing? I've heard nothing but bad about Movie Bob. Here's the thing, though, about Movie Bob, and especially some of his earlier stuff. Some of his earlier stuff is actually pretty good. Like, some of his earlier reviews and some of his earlier, like, video essay type stuff is actually, like, not terrible. It's just, he's one of those that he just went off the deep end somewhere in terms of just being a particular way, you know, on social media. And I think once you flip that switch, I don't think you can flip it back. Because everything you do on Twitter or whatever, I mean, it's mainly Twitter, let's be real here. Everything you do on Twitter is there, you know, and yeah, people can delete tweets, but guess what? People, you know, if you say something really dumb, people will snapshot what you say. So, you know, you can delete your tweets all you want. Like, someone out there is going to save that really stupid thing you said. And yeah, I think once you flip that switch, you can't go back. Once you say something like really crazy and, you know, attention grabby, I think you're done at that point. Is this my favorite version? No, my favorite version is honestly probably the 360 version. Actually, I was gonna say PC, but even the PC can have some jank on it sometimes. I do like the mod aspect of the PC version, but in just overall stability, I think the 360 version is solid as fuck. It really is. Again, it doesn't look quite as good, but, you know. I only have Twitter to retweet people I support. Yeah, that's fair enough. But nah, I just never used it. I deleted my account when Elon Musk was going to buy it. But Rio made it. Oh, I thought he did buy Twitter. I don't know. Yeah, that's true, Jordan. It was, yeah. That is very true. I like Code Veronica. Code Veronica gets a lot of hate. Oops. I really like Code Veronica. Does 360 RE4 get the Xbox upgrade? That is a very good question. I don't know. He took off his shirt. Well, I mean, you know, it wasn't on a seam, man. You know, it's ruined. Krauser's like, yo, Leon. Come on, man. This was an expensive shirt. Like, this shit ain't cheap. So, nothing will beat the big A button. I do like, yeah, I know what you mean. I did like that too. But, oh crap. I forgot for a minute there what I had to press. What, you don't have to actually press anything, you can just... Because by shaking the controller, you kind of hit A and B anyway. So, you don't really need to worry about it too much. But... Can't catch me. Nice. Oh, thank you for the bits, Hidden. Talking about video games. Are you talking about YouTube?
What do you intend to do restoring Umbrella? To bring order and balance to this insane world of ours? A psycho like you can't...
I don't think that's got anything to do with it, to be honest. If you're on YouTube, I mentioned this when I took a break, you know, last year. If you're on YouTube, not like depending on the kind of channel you have and your schedule, you can't take a break. You know, if you take a break, people find other people that fill that void, and then you're yesterday's news. It's kind of the really shitty thing about, you know, call it, I don't know, like, you know, online personas, or, you know, the influencer curse, you could call it. You know, it's kind of a 24/7 job, and you know, as soon as you take time off, if you're not careful, or if you're not extreme, or if you're not unique, like, you know, because there are people out there that I think, you know, that don't have to just be a slave to content. But most of them, I don't think are like that. It's rare for people to like take time away and then come back and, you know, all their viewers are still there. So, and YouTube itself is very, like, you know, hot minute orientated. It's which is a shame, but what can you do? It's just the way it is. It's just how YouTube works. It's why it would be good for there to be some, you know, legit competition to YouTube, but there isn't at the moment. Does damaging Krauser here lessen his health in the fight later? No, it doesn't. It's just the Killer 7 is like a one-shot for him, so it's super easy to just, you know, as soon as you see him, just blam, and he'll get stunned. So I'm just being a bit lazy because I could knife him, but you know my knife stuff is not as crispy on this as it is because you know I'm not super used to these controls. So the Killer 7 is like the lazy man's way to kill Krauser. No ammo, really? Okay. And there's also something, right, and I think this is actually a shame when it comes to content creation and being a personality, in that sometimes you think people just get tired of you, and you can have, and like you can have done nothing wrong. You can, you know, you don't necessarily have to have had like a scandal or anything like that. It's just people can just get tired of you, and there's nothing you can really do about that. You know, you can't hold it against people. Like, it's funnily enough. On that note, one that is actually very applicable to me. I did check out Jeff Gerstmann's Patreon, you know, when he left Giant Bomb and all that, and I, you know, watched the first few podcasts and thought, nah, you know what? Like, I'm just not really feeling this guy anymore. Like, I feel like once it gets to a point where I feel like you can predict everything that, you know, a person is gonna say about something, it can be hard to like stick with them after that. Oops. Okay, that's gonna knock me off, isn't it? Oh no, it's not. I forgot I haven't got Dipman on here, so still want to knife this guy if I can. Yeah, here we are. Right. I don't know where that was going, buddy, but you know, you need to work on your footsies there, my son. How did that not hit him? Like, how did that not hit him? That made no sense. He was right there. Hey, what's up, boy? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think there's always a shelf life on that stuff anyway, because once you're into that stuff enough, like on your own, you stop following it, and you think, oh, okay, yeah, like I don't really follow game news anymore because I don't really care. So, you know, a lot of the people that I used to follow like that were primarily orientated around like the journalism side of that. So, yeah, you know, I'm kind of done with this now, you know. And that, you know, you every now and then you get surprised by that. That was lucky. You know, games can slip by you, and you're like, oh, this is cool. Like The Messenger, good example. You know, I'd heard of The Messenger, but never really played it. And then turns out that game's what, like 4 years old, I think. So then when I actually got around to playing it, I thought, oh, you know, this is fucking amazing. Whereas if I still had, you know, my ear to the ground, I would have known about that straight away. So nice. It's kind of how I stay up to date. Yeah, it's not every day anymore. Yeah, still waiting this gen to feel next gen. You know what? I haven't had that feeling since the PS2. I would say. I think the PS2 is the last time, like, to be like playing Devil May Cry on the PS2. I don't think any game has actually given, like, I don't think any game has given me like that kind of like, holy shit, like this is unbelievable, you know. Like DMC on PS2 was the last one. Okay, I was trying to be cheeky here and get another capacity upgrade, but there's no merchant, is there? So, never mind. Dead right? Yeah, I suppose. Like the density of the models. Yeah, I could see that, but I had already saw that on like the PS2. Granted, they didn't look as good, but you know the Dynasty Warriors games you know, were very impressive for the time, like with that many people on screen. That's a good shout, actually. Yeah, the remake. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, this is on normal. He's gonna take out stuff super quick, isn't he? So I'm actually gonna use that. Reload. Oops. Well, I mean, you hit the nail on the head there, man. Like, you can't be on, you know, social media or whatever if you can't deal with people criticizing you. Whether or not they're justified or not, it doesn't matter. But if you're online, people, you know, newsflash, people are going to, like, disagree with you. And they're probably going to call you names. And I think if you're not someone who can deal with that, you just shouldn't be, you know, this is not the medium, this is not the realm for you. Because that's as sure as the sun rising. That's gonna happen. Okay, just making sure. I can just use this. Yeah, remake was pretty impressive. It really was good. But nothing gave me that, you know, there was stuff on the 360 that was really impressive, but I can honestly say I never had that feeling of, you know, DMC1 of like, holy shit, like this is just unbelievable, you know, it really did blow me away, that game. Remake as well. I mean, the remake still looks good to this day, you know. There's, I mean, that was your friend, not me. Don't get mad at me. There's not many games from that era that you can go back to and be like, yeah, this still looks pretty decent, actually. Good one, Mike. Try using knives next time. That would actually be great. Whoops. There we go. Man, the rifle shreds that guy. Look at all that rifle ammo I have. I probably could have used this a little bit more. Like that. Oh, Beautiful Joe is fucking fantastic. That's a great game. That's a fantastic game.
I'm not a pervert.
What's up, Abdu? Thank you for the follow. Let's not talk about Jim's story. Well, I mean, as I say, it's a one-sided conversation, so I can't agree or disagree with anything. Don't follow the guy. I don't follow anybody. I'm too fucking cool for that. But I genuinely don't. I mean, now there's a good question for you guys. Like, who is actually, you know, big nowadays in the YouTube gaming space or anything like that? Because I feel like the era of the website dominating that is over, you know? IGN probably get... I would wager IGN probably get more traffic from their, like, movie trailers and shit than they do game stuff. Wouldn't surprise me. There's a reason they started posting film trailers after all. So, you know, it gets them clicks. And IGN and GameSpot, I think, you know, they're two prime examples. They are only still around because they're IGN and GameSpot. Virtually every other website that isn't, you know, subsidized by something else is dead. You know? And I gotta be real, man. I don't think it's that big of a loss. I think it's just a sign, you know, it's just a sign of the times, you know? Things just move on. Hello. Nah, it's not gonna be. That said, though, like, having, seeing Giant Bomb, like, just kind of, you know, shrivel away over the last few years, it's been kind of sad. It really has. I feel like that was the last one, you know, that was the last one from the good old days, and, you know, it's totally gone now. It's totally gone. But it's kind of a shame. Just too based. I need a just too based emote. That's what we need. Wouldn't have a clue. Fair enough. But yeah, me neither. Couldn't tell you. There's got to be someone, right? There's got to be someone that people follow. I also know what games I like at this point. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. I think that's a huge part of it. In that, you know, you just... Once you get really comfortable with the stuff you like, you don't look at stuff anymore. You're like, nah, I don't really need to, you know, keep track of this stuff. And I think as well, I mean, maybe it's just the thing of getting older. I think you tend to eventually just care less about what other people think about things, you know? I'm definitely at that point with films now. I think movie the movie discussion scene, for lack of a better word, or critique, like movie critique and that online, is fucking awful these days. It's all the same shit. You know, and it's like you got to plant your flag. You got to be right or wrong. It's like maybe people just like different shit, and the vast majority of people just need to shut the fuck up. Maybe, you know, that won't get a lot of YouTube views, but I feel like that's like how it needs to be. Yes, I have played Singularity. That game is fucking amazing. Yes, that's such a good game. That's a real hidden gem of the 360 era. That game is fantastic. It's so good. If no one's played Singularity, like, track down a copy of that. It's really, really good. It's a really good game. Get wrecked. Drop down here now. Yeah, it was like yeah, it was. Yeah, it's very, very Bioshock-esque Singularity. Really, really good. I remember Singularity, but never played it. No, it was no, Singularity was Time. Gravity. I don't know. Are you thinking of Bulletstorm? Bulletstorm had like the gravity like thing. Singularity was time based. Like you would bring things back from the past, or like you send things to the future and shit. But again, I had a really good story as well. It was really good. Definitely a hidden shooter gem of the 360 era. Because the 360 era, I think, it was just dominated by, you know, military shooters. For obvious reasons. But there was a lot of... like, Time Shift was another one. Time Shift was on 360. I think that's a very underrated shooter. That was really, really good. I think they will, on the whole Raven thing. I think they will. I think that's... I would have to say that has to be one of the reasons Microsoft decided to make that acquisition. Is because they can be like, yeah, we can do this other shit now, you know? At least we know the RE4 remake will remove Mike. That's a win. You love Time Shift? Oh, nice. Nice to see some Time Shift appreciation. Oh, yeah, I think you'll think... Yeah, Prey. Yeah, Prey had the whole gravity thing. Prey was kind of cool, though. I liked Prey. That was a fun game. I haven't played the new one. Hey, what's up, Miles? Yeah, I haven't played the new Prey. Heard it was pretty good, though. I'm in Reef Singularity and even... Oh, yes, I would be interested in that. I would be interested in watching that. If you're in the Discord, Hidden, there's a channel for specifically reminding me about stuff in the stream. Feel free to post it in there. I will check that out. I love the new Prey, but it's more of a immersion type sim. Oh, fair enough. I don't think the quick time events are coming back in the remake. And I'm not that cut up about that either, to be honest. You know, they're not a deal breaker, but especially, you know, and also if they're going for like a, you know, a more realistic, you know, scary feel, you know, if they're going for like the immersion, then like quick time events aren't very immersive. Do you know what I mean? It's quick time events kind of take you out of the moment and remind you, oh yeah, I'm playing a video game. Right in the gentleman's area. Did I forget the exclude? No. There we go. This just doesn't seem to be doing much damage. I beat Sigma for the first... Ah, good shit, man. Nice. Nice. Is that Master Collection or just original? If it's Master Collection, you can mess with equipment now. Which is super fun. Alright, that's all these goons take... Oh, no. There's one more goon here. I need 0 goons in this area. That did a number on my rifle ammo, but it's okay. I have plenty more. Nice. MC, I have Sigma. Oh, okay, fair enough. But it won't load Blu-rays. Ah, that sucks. The Wii U is not Blu-ray, is it? The Wii U is still DVD. I remember, I can't. I have to check. When I'm gonna check one of my Wii U games and see if it's a DVD. Yeah, I think it is DVD, right? But correct me if I'm wrong. It doesn't play DVDs though, does it? I think that was one of either the Wii or the Wii U didn't actually play DVDs. Like you couldn't watch a DVD on it, which was which is so weird. Like, I think, yeah, I'm gonna have to check that, because I think one of them doesn't play DVDs. Which is really strange. Fun fact, if you take, well, you do need to mod it a little bit, but if you take off, like, the shell of the GameCube, on a modded GameCube, like, you can use it to play DVDs. Because, those mini DVDs are, like, still DVD format. So, oops. Post the link in the scene. Oh, nice one, man. Thank you. I'll check that out. I'm interested in the interview more so because that was a game that I think definitely should have done way better than it did. But if you weren't a military first-person shooter in the 360 era, the general audience just did not give a fuck. Unfortunately, that was interesting. It was either military or go home. Alright. Reload. Apparently you can watch DVDs on both the Wii and the Wii U if you use Homebrew. So... Oh, so it's not officially supported. That's really weird, isn't it? You have a console that is DVD format, but it doesn't actually play DVDs. That's kind of weird. Promising Singularity was all the marketing. I don't remember that game getting marketed, you know. I don't remember that game getting promoted much at all. I only came across that game because I was in Blockbuster one weekend looking for something to review because I was working, you know, I was still working in the games press at that point. And I just saw that and I thought, oh, you know, this looks alright. You know, let me take this home and try it. You know, and it was fucking great. So it was one of those games where you just, yeah, this looks cool. It was a $5 to rent it, so let's have a look. The trailers made it look like a generic shooter. That doesn't surprise me though, and that's a shame. Marketing, man, sucks. No, I live in, well, technically not anymore. Because we ain't in Europe anymore. We left. Yeah, I worked in Games Press for quite a while. It was, it had its ups and downs. It was kind of cool. But it's, I did a podcast on that ages ago. If you want more information on that. So. We're hosting a panel at a convention called Hidden Gems, a look at Raven software. Oh, that sounds interesting. That's, if I ever did like more YouTube gaming stuff, that's the stuff I would probably do. Is like, you know, just try and give, you know, some games that just have not got like the recognition they deserve, like a bit more of a spotlight. Because there's so much good shit out there. The UK is still in Europe, just not the Union. Well, yeah, you know what I mean. It was a joke. Alright, let's get a rocket launcher because I'm feeling lazy. I will sell my shotgun to make room.
Welcome
Hey, what's up, Ocean? Alright.
What are you selling? Thank you.
I might do the... I'm thinking of doing the professional run after this, just for fun. Just so if I ever want to come back to this, I have that save. You know, where I go through it on professional. Don't upgrade the case. Don't upgrade the health. You know, like original item case and that, just for the hell of it. It'd be fun. Speaking of Raven, the ones who did Return to Castle Wolfenstein, yes, they were. I believe you're right. I believe you are correct. Actually, I just thought on normal, this is probably going to be too much damage, right? Or not. Nice. That's good timing. I think I would have been okay there, but... What if they made buying RPGs microtransactions? Hey man, I said that ages ago. And... dude, if you get to the merchant in RE4 Remake, and, like, there's not a monetization aspect in that... I think we'll have to count ourselves lucky. You can just imagine it, man. What are you buying? And then on the buy option, it's just... Buy unlimited credits for the low price of $9.99. Because, newsflash, most people will do that. So... You know. I'm kind of surprised it wasn't in 8. Again, I hope it isn't, but... Just being real here. I bet it'll just be the usual unlock everything DLC. Yeah, exactly, but it's, you know, I reckon that's how they'll do it. But, you know, that's if the merchant is in the remake. He might not be. So. Does the Wii remote add to the game? I imagine pointing and shooting. I mean, to be fair, it is kind of cool. Like, it took a while to get used to, for sure. Because, say, I'm just way used to the regular controls. But, like, now that, you know, I'm kind of used to it, it is cool. But I still prefer, you know, just a controller, to be honest. Not enough real cash, stranger. Go the DMC5 Red Orb route. Yeah, they also did that with 4. Special edition. You could just buy everything. Which, I mean, I know people hate that stuff, but at the end of the day, I really don't care. It just doesn't... It's whatever. If people want to do that, fine. But, you know, you're robbing yourself of, like, the satisfaction at the end of the day, so... But it is kind of, you know, it just comes off as a bit scummy, you know? It's like, there. You know. Like, really? Like, this is how far we have fallen. Like, come on, man. So... Well, if when DMC5 came out, we all feared the worst with the Bible Red Orbs. They're still confetted their own bosses. I do remember people talking about that, yeah. Now that you can play NGB New Game Plus, do you think you'll make new weapon runs? Maybe? I don't know, because I do find that stuff kind of boring, to be honest. I really do. You know, doing every single fight in the game with just one weapon is kind of dull, to be honest.
So, after you take me back to my place, how about we do some overtime?
This line isn't going to be in the remake.
Somehow I knew you'd say that, but it doesn't hurt to ask, you know?
Look on Facebook Marketplace or something to look for a Quest 2. You don't even need to be logged in with an account. Oh, okay. Yeah, I really want to try it in VR. I do. Just because I've heard about, you know, some of the stuff you can do. Like, you can dual wield, apparently, in the VR version. Which sounds pretty awesome. And pretty overpowered. I just thought of a run off the top of my head, which could be kind of cool. The professional run that I normally do, with, you know, like the default item case. I could do that. But you have to use the biggest weapon in every category. So you'd have to use the Matilda. Either or for shotguns, really. It doesn't matter. the semi-auto rifle, I guess I would go with the mine thrower instead of the Magnum. I know they're not really the same thing, but it's just the mine thrower is bigger, so like, you know, that kind of adds a constraint onto it. But yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be interesting to do. Keep an eye out for that run, archive people, because this video is about to be over for you. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I will catch you in the next one. That's been Resident Evil 4 on the Wii. That was kind of fun. I will catch you next time. Peace.